Hey, hello. Welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl, Every Woman Wellness and More. And I'm your host, Georgia Girl. Okay, you say you love thin tall? Okay. Well, maybe you could go to a channel that talk about that. That's you if you love thin tall. I think you are trolls, so I'm fixing to remove you. How's everybody doing today? I'm your host, Georgia Girl, and over here, today is Testimony Tuesday. And if anybody want to come on the panel and share a testimony, you're welcome to come on. One thing about over here, we respect each other. We don't judge no one. You said you love thin tall, so this ain't the channel for you because I don't have any over here. I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs, so maybe you can find some somewhere else. But anyway, the devil already busy already. The devil busy already. But anyway, like I said, today is Testimony Tuesday, and I have started doing Testimony Tuesday a few years ago. You know, I come on and share my testimony, and I also have people coming on the panel to share their testimony also. Hope everybody's doing great on this beautiful Tuesday. I'm just going to find on the background. I will be sharing some testimony, and then I want to speak on about Tyler Perry had spoke on it at the BET Award, and I felt it. I felt that what he was saying about don't let your words be greater than your don't let your words be greater than your faith. And I want to speak on that. But other than that, I'm doing great. My mind was a little heavy this morning. I had a little something on my mind earlier today, and that what made me thought about what Tyler Perry had said. You know, so I'm gonna talk about that a little bit, but I'm good now. You know how you just tend to wonder about some of the little smallest things, and like I said, I thank God for His grace, His mercy, and there's some things that I'm still trying to overcome, and there are some battles I have won. If you're coming in the chat, please be respectful in the chat. The guy came in the chat, he didn't even speak. He talking about he on fentanyl. My channel don't have drugs. I don't have any drugs. So, and I don't talk about, if I talk about medication, it's talking about whatever topic I'm talking about, but I don't talk about that. But hope everybody's having a great Tuesday so far. Like I said, my mind was a little heavy this morning, but I'm okay. I'm okay now. You know, sometimes we have to just we tend to, this how I am. Like if I have something on my mind, I try to deal with it right then and there. I try not I try not to let it linger on, just, deal with it and keep it moving. But today is Testimony Tuesday, and I would like to share a testimony. I want to thank God for, first of all, for waking me up this morning. It was not that alarm clock. It was not that sunshine that's glaring on my window. It was God that woke me up this morning. And I have a lot to be thankful for. Thankful that I was able to see my family wake up to know that they are fine. My husband got to work on time. He traveled on some days to work. I pray when he leave home. I pray when he's on his way back home. I want to thank God for my mother. Thank God for my father. I thank God for my siblings. I just thank God for everything. I want to thank Him for some of the battles I have won and some of the battles I'm still fighting to get where I need to be. Like I said this morning, my mind was heavy on something. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody on social media. And it's kind of personal. I don't really have to talk about it unless I just want to. But I feel okay about the situation that I was dealing with earlier this morning. But that's why that's why my topic is today. God don't really want us to worry. He don't. He wants us to just give it to Him and leave it there, and let Him provide for us the things that we need and the things that we're praying for. So with anybody come in the panel, you can come in and tell me what you're thankful for. If you want to come on the panel and share what you're thankful for, you're welcome to come up. Or you can put it in the chat and talk about what are you thankful for. We should all, if you woke up this morning, that is your testimony. We should all be thankful for that. Because somebody is in jail, somebody is in the hospital, somebody is in their grave, somebody did not wake up this morning. So for all the ones that are in jail and in the hospital, prayers going out to you. And shout out to the ones that have been doing prayer of the day. We're on day 2. And I hope someone has found some words of encouragement. I hope those words have comfort someone for the last couple of days, because you never know what a prayer might do to someone that really need prayer. So check out my shorts. I've been sharing mine in shorts, and I will be sharing them in shorts all week. Shout out to Miss Key Kitchen and More, Frank G Life, and Sassy. They all are doing prayer of the day. I got me some water over here, so if you see me get up, because I have to go to the bathroom, because water will do it to me. But other than that, I feel great. Like I said, I do thank God for waking me up this morning. Thank God for His grace and mercy. I got clothes on my body, food to eat, running water. I might still have some aches and pain, but Lord, I'm still here. I try not to complain about the things that I don't have. I just thank God for the things that I do have. And like I said, there's some battles I done won. There's some battles I'm still trying to overcome. And that gonna fall right into the topic I want to talk about today. Don't let your words be greater than your fear. When I tend like I had something on my mind this morning, sometimes we shake things off and sometimes we just keep it going with it. But I know when I tend to keep things on my mind, it bothers my anxiety because I do have anxiety disorder, but I can't say things are starting to get better with it. Sometimes when I get to thinking too hard, I do get overwhelmed, but like this morning I was what actually happened yesterday. When I came on live, I said I could come on my live and nobody never know what be going on with me. That's why I said people don't know what people be going through. I still did my live yesterday, even though my mind was heavy like it was this morning, but I still have to give it to God. I still come on and share my commentary, and if I share to speak on it, I will. But what I'm saying is that people don't know what people are dealing with. They try to judge people by their name, they try to judge people on their appearance. They try to judge people on about what they wear, things like that. But you don't never know what a person is going through unless you have walked in their shoes. Like I said, I got on yesterday. My mind was a little heavy about some personal stuff, but I didn't come on. I don't. That's one thing about me. I don't. If I choose to share about what's going on with me, I will. But there's a lot of things don't need to be on social media. And when I don't share things, it's not that I don't want to. It's just some things you just have to keep to yourself. Let it be among you and your family and God. Everything don't have to be on social media. But anyway, I was having some stuff on my mind yesterday, and I it was on my mind a little bit this morning. I said, I'm gonna get on up. I was glad that God woke me up this morning, and I was saying, Lord, I'm gonna get on over here and try to do a little commentary. I'm a little early. This usually be my time. It used to be my time at 2:00. But when I be around those kids, like right now, they in summer camp, and I'm not around them, so that's why I said when I'm able to come on early, I will, because I got something to do later on. But what the thing that I'm trying to tell you about what I'm trying to put out today about don't let your worry be greater than your faith. And what do that mean? I read this morning, after I went through my little prayer to myself and asking God to continue to strengthen me in some areas that I need to be stronger at. You know, like I said, ain't none of us perfect. We all go through things, and sometimes people handle things better than others. And then there are some things that we tend to worry about, but it's not even worth even talking about. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we worry about the littlest things. Those littlest things that we worry about is the things that gonna stress us out. So I know that the thing that I was dealing with yesterday and this morning, I'm like, okay, everything gonna be okay. I just gotta keep on praying. Those are some areas I ask God to strengthen me in on some of the things that I tend to, some of the littlest things. And we're human. We are human. So I'm just gonna share about what it means about don't let your worry be greater than your faith. I want to talk about that today. And if anybody come in the chat, you can put in what you're thankful for. And if you want to come up on the panel and share a testimony, or you could put in the chat, what are you thankful for? But I want to get into what I meant and what it means. And when Tyler Perry said that on the BET Award, you can ask my kids. I'm sitting up there and I'm just shouting. Because sometimes People can say just something that you might just need to hear. It could be just a word a person can share with you. You might just need to hear it. And when he was talking about that, it just seemed like it just hit home. So, like I said, God, He don't want us to worry. And like I said, over here on my channel, I talk about God. And I will continue to talk about God. That is one thing I will continue to do. I want to be closer to Him, more closer to God than what I am now. I don't mind talking about what He has done and the things that He still would do in my life. When God has done something for you and you know it wasn't nobody but God,
how can I help you today?
That is your testimony. Like I said, there are some battles I have won. There are some battles I'm still trying to go through. But I can't worry about the things that I don't have. I thank God for what I do have. So I'm thankful for the one person that is in the bush. Thank you for that. I noticed people come to your chat for different reasons, come to your channel for different reasons. But I thank God for the people that does show up. If it's one, two, or three, but we still got to count God in the midst of. I put Him in the midst of everything I do. Like I said, I hadn't did a panel in a while. I would love to have people. I like to share the spotlight with others. I like to hear their opinions about different things like that. My channel's an open channel. I share things that I think will keep me uplifted along with others. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with sharing encouragement and trying to lift others up. And I've been reading the prayers that everyone that's participating. And like I said, sometimes a prayer, a word from somebody else can lift your spirits up. Cause my spirit was down a little bit this morning, but I said, Lord, I can't let that worry me. I can't let it consume me. I really don't have to talk about what it is. It's just something I had to talk to God about. But I know everything's gonna be all right, and I ask Him to make me stronger. It's an area in my life that I have to be able to overcome, and that's one of the things I pray for God to make me stronger when it comes down to fear. That is one of my issues that I really still battle with anxiety, trying to get over fear on things. But I have got stronger than what I used to be, but there's still some things that I got to still continue to pray about, some things that I still got to work on. But I know God do hear my prayer. The one thing about Him, I don't doubt anything that He have done in my life and what He will continue to do in my life. I might sound like I'm a little tired or dragged because I really didn't sleep much last night, but I was able to sleep later on that night. Like I said, it was some things heavy on my mind, but after talking with family and stuff like that, everything's good. But you know how it be sometimes. Sometimes you can wake up and it's still there. But after I got to praying with God and just asking Him to cover me in the areas that I need to be covered in. Because that one thing about me, I like to be in peace. I love to be in peace. And I pray daily to have peace. And but I'm gonna get into what I want to talk about, what it means not to worry. Don't let your worry be greater than your fear. I'm gonna get into that in a few minutes. Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday. Most likely I'll share some more things about men health. And then Thursday is Juneteenth. I know a lot of people, a lot of places are doing things for Juneteenth. A lot of people don't even know the real meaning behind it. So I will share some things about that. And the weekend they got events going on. We'll try to go to some of those events. Uh, Other than that, I'm doing great. Like I said, I'm human. I am human. We all fall short of glory. We all make mistakes. No one's perfect. I don't try to get on here and act like I'm more than what I am. I don't try to say I'm this or that. I'm just who I am. And I fought hard to be the woman I am today. So like I said, there's some things that I'm still battling with when it comes down to my health. But I don't let it define who I am. I still continue to go on with my day or do what I have to do to continue to get stronger and stronger every day. So, like I said, when Tyler Perry made that statement about don't let your worries be bigger than your fear, and I'm sitting there like, woo, I'm like, woo. He said a mouthful right there. Like I said, I don't look like I got nobody in the chat, but I was wondering, did anybody hear the comment he said? Because I really felt, how they said, I felt that. I really felt that. I got two people in the bushes. I don't know if I even got 2 likes, but if you're in the bushes, come on and chat. I'm not gonna bite. I'm just speaking. But I want to, if you don't know what the meaning of "don't let your worries be bigger than your faith," it's a phrase when it said, "Don't let your worries be greater than your faith." Mean that one should not allow fear and anxiety to overshadow their trust and belief in higher power or a positive outcome. It encourage patronizing faith and confidence even in difficult situations rather than succumbing to worry and doubt. And that's what it means. When you start letting your worry outshadow your faith, that means you're not putting your faith in God. You're worried about whatever that situation is. You worry about that situation instead of trusting God with it. You know how they always say, sometimes God being already worked things out for you, but He have you to just sit and wait. He'll have you to sit and wait when that time is right for you. Hey, top bottom, I did get my package. How you doing? I gotta unbox it. How you been doing? I didn't know you was in the chat. Good to see you. Today is Testimony Tuesday. You want to come up and share? If anybody want to share a testimony, I'll drop the link. Or you want to put in the chat about a testimony, or you want to put in the chat about what are you thankful for. This was just on my mind this morning. Like I said, my mind was heavy a little bit. It started yesterday, and then this morning, you know how they say you have to get in your closet. Well, you have to get in your closet and just pray about certain things, and just let it stay there. And that's what I was experiencing things last night. And like I said, there are some areas that I pray and ask God to make me stronger at. And one of my things that I struggle with is faith over fear. I struggle having faith over fear. Sometimes I let fear consume who I am. And when I start being in fear, it does something to my anxiety. So I knew I did my live yesterday. I could come on here and do my live and still people don't know what I be going through unless I bring it up. That's why I said people don't know what a person is going through. People could come on and smile every day, but they could be dealing with something. Read what you said. Your truth that must prevail. Amen. You good? That's good. Yeah, I got my box. I said I'm gonna do a video later on. I'm gonna do it on a short. Was you able to open up the link? What my son had? He got some lotion and stuff too, girl. This smell pretty good. I've been using this right here. You know, it's plant based and got different essential oils in it and stuff like that. But yeah, and I was just speaking on when Tyler Perry had spoke about don't let your worries be greater than your faith. And sometimes I tend to worry, but I'm human. I can't sit here and say I don't worry, but I try not to let what I worry about consume me. You see what I'm saying? I try to deal with it and I try to go on, with my life. But that's some area that I pray daily for strength. That's God to make me stronger in the area of being in fear. I want to, I don't let some of the things that I deal with, and that's one thing we must not do. Let what we go through define who we are. You see what I'm saying? Because when you shared about you wasn't working and your husband, I thought about my situation. I was there, but I wasn't working, but my husband was, and we was like, we used to wonder how we was gonna make it, but we had to start trusting God more. You couldn't get it open. I got it in the subscription now, but I have to probably send it to you through email. What you been doing today? You been doing your shop? You're working on your shop? See what you said right here. Great. Let me see what you said. What you had said. So. You've been working on some more products. Yeah, I'm gonna do the video and I'm gonna tag you in. Yeah, this my son. It smell like mango and peaches. So I got all kind of stuff coming to me. But yeah, you don't have to you could put it in the chat if you want to. Is it something that you find yourself praying about more or asking God to is it a part in your life where you know that things could be better? And do you have something that you pray to God daily for and you feel like that it's not happening right now? That's what I'm saying. Is sometimes we tend to worry about some of the simplest, littlest things. And we wonder why things are not happening for us when we want it to. And then, see, God He tell us not to worry. But He know that we do worry. But He want all of this, what we go through, He tests us because He want us to trust Him. He take us through some things. He'll take us through some things now just to get our attention. Okay. When it hit me like that, I have to pause and pray. Yeah. Yeah. I have to pause and pray. And I'm trying to read. I gotta get my other phone. Yeah. But everything is good. It's life. It's life. We go through everyday life wishing for better days and wanting to have more. And, we want things to happen when we want it to happen, but it going to happen in God's timing. You said, when it hit me like that, I have to pause, pray, and filter it out through His word. Exactly. And I find comfort. In reading His word. I find comfort in things. You know how sometimes, because I'm gonna read a scripture that I was reading all morning this morning. It's Matthew 6:34. I was reading that. And I found comfort in that. You know, that's why my anxiety left. That's why I got an anxiety disorder, because I fear a lot of things. I fear some of the simplest things, but I have got stronger in some areas, but there's some areas that I pray daily, but I'm human. You see what I'm saying? I'm human. So I be want to choose faith over fear. I don't want fear to consume me, if you can understand what I'm saying. But sometimes I find myself, that song by Lee, what's that man named Lee Williams? That song by Lee Williams. Sometimes you find yourself at a crossroad, and sometimes you might not know which way to go. You'll turn to your left, you'll turn to your right. And then you have to figure out, look, you got to figure out that path that you need to be on. I go through that now. I pray for my daily bread and strength, a new phase in my life, and that is scary. It is ill. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Keep praying. Keep praying. We all we it's things that we pray for, and we are down God about, or down our situation about. The same stuff that we are praying for, a lot of people wish they had. If you understand what I'm saying. I was just having one of my nights last night, and it was some personal stuff I was dealing with, and you know how you go to. I don't like going to bed with things on my mind, because when I have it on my mind, I'll wake up with it. So I didn't really rest that much last night, because I tend to have been worried, and that what made me want to talk about what Tyler Perry had said. Don't let your worries be greater than your faith. And there are some things that I'm praying to God to make me stronger at. Like I say, ain't nobody perfect. We all make mistakes. We all want to have something. We all want to be comfortable. You see what I'm saying? You were saying something about barbecue. I thought I said you said something about some barbecue somewhere. But everything gonna be all right, Top. And I'm so glad. I don't know how you end up back in my chat, but I'm thankful for your presence. I'm thankful for your support. I know we had been connected, but some kind of way we was able to connect back, and it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate your support, and I hope you appreciate my support. And that's what it's about with me. Helping one another out. I was making batches of products all week. I'm going to go live in a few, and I explain. Okay, that's good. And I'm glad that things are getting looking up for you. I'm glad that things are starting to get better for you. I know you were saying, you wasn't working, and then when all, that's why I said I get something from you. I don't mind supporting if I'm able to. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind supporting. So they were saying, don't let your words be bigger than your fear. And that's why I was saying sometimes we can worry about some of the little simplest things, and then it'll just fall into place. It'll just fall in place like we want. It might not do it when we want it to fall in place, but eventually it will happen, because we got to start keeping God in the midst of everything. He got to be in the midst. I try to put him in the midst of everything that I got going on in my life. I was restless last night, but I was able to get some sleep, but my mind was on some personal stuff. But I got all right. I got all right. I started praying. Then my husband was talking. I told him he checked on me because he went to work, right? And he know my anxiety level does get out of whack. But I told him I'm good. He checked on me, and I told him everything good. I told him I was just sitting here reading the Bible, and I was gonna go live. That what made me want to talk about what I'm talking about, because we do tend to worry. We do tend to worry. And it could be just, it don't even be about nothing sometimes. Sometimes we can get ourselves all worked up for nothing. And it happens until we can figure our way out and get where we need to be. But we're human, y'all. Ain't nobody perfect. Nobody. And like I said, there's some battles I done won. And there's some battles I'm still praying to God in areas with strengthen me in my life. So I'm going to continue to talk about what I was trying to get my message to be today. That it said, don't let your word be greater than your fear. And I was just telling you what it means. That mean that we worry about material things. We worry about things that are not meaningful to us. We worry about meaningless things. Some of us worry about people don't like us. Some of us worry about we not getting. And yes, I've been there. I worry about not getting the support I need. But I stopped. I said I can't do that. I can't make people support me. I can't make people come in my chat. I can't make people buy something. I can't make people donate to me. I can't do that. Because people will do and they will support. They will buy. That's their money. They're going to do what they want to do. Things like that shouldn't worry us. Because people are going to be who they are. I was listening to Franco a little while ago. He was saying, keep doing what you're doing. I like the message he said. He said, keep doing what you're doing, because people going to talk about you. They're going to dislike you. No matter what you got going on, they still going to have a certain opinion about you. They still going to feel the way they are. And that's something that one thing I don't do. I can't worry about what the next YouTuber doing down on their channel or what they doing down the street. I can't worry about that. I try to focus on what I need to be focused on and ask God to make me stronger and make me to be a better person that I need to be. So we should never let our worries be greater than our faith. I was tested years ago. My faith was tested years ago. And it brought me closer to God. And I want to continue to stay closer to him. It took me to the faith that I thought I was going to die to let me know that God is a healer. It took me to go through the things that I had to go through to know God is real. Can't nobody tell me he's real. I know he's real for myself. And whatever I have dealt with and whatever I'm still dealing with, I know I got to keep trusting him. I told Miss Q when we did the challenges, I said, let's put some God in some of those challenges. Let's take time and pray to God for things to make things better for us. And ain't nothing wrong with that. A lot of people don't like to speak on God. When they see you talking about God, they pass on by, they'll stroll on by your channel. But that's their belief. That's their belief. But it took me to go through what I went through to get closer to him. And I want to continue to keep close, continue to be closer to God. So like he said, don't let your words be greater than your faith. And you know the devil wants you to worry. He wanna see you upset. Like the man came in my chat a while ago. He didn't even speak. He came out to my he loved fentanyl. That's some kind of drug. Get you some help, dude. Get some help. You talking about you love fentanyl? That's medication, but people are taking it as on drugs. And so I blocked him. I'm like, look, my channel is not for that. Yes, you see wellness on my channel, but I'm not giving out no medication. You know what I'm saying? My child ain't for that. So I think you need some help. Don't go around telling too many people you don't know who chat you might be. You might be in an undercover cop chat. You never know. Somebody being traced you and you being went to jail. Because people tend to do that. I'm not a drug dealer. Like people know I take pain medicine, right? People ask me, you got some pain medicine? Yes, for me. People tend to ask you, do you have a guy asked me about you got any pain? No, he was trying to say it low, right? Because he didn't want nobody hearing. Because that's illegal. I ain't no drug dealer. Because they know I have issues and I do. Now I've been just getting shot. They ain't really been giving me no pain medicine because they know what people are doing. They're getting hooked on it. They're getting hooked on those pain pills. I told the guys, I know him, but no. They ain't finna go pick me up. Y'all be like, what happened to Georgia girl? Y'all be saying, what happened to Georgia girl? Being read in the paper, if anybody know me, they know I be on my channel, right? And all of a sudden they might see a post or something. They might say, y'all know Georgia girl got arrested. She passing out pain medicine. No, I'm not finna do that. I'm not giving nobody my medicine. He got a problem. People that deal with that have a problem. But you talk to God about your problem. Ask him to make you strong. Ask him to take that away from you. Especially if you're not taking it for a medical reason. People do that for to get high. Because they said people pay good money for those pain pills, and the man said he wants some Phenatol. I ain't got that, sir. I'm sorry. And don't come back in my chat ask about no drugs. You never know. Feds might be watching channels. Though I said, These people say and do anything on YouTube. I said, I'm for real. They say and do anything on YouTube. They really, really do. Because I have wellness on my channel. That don't mean I'm pushing no drugs out. Yeah, came in. So, but I love Phenatol. I'm like, you just gonna come in my chat. Didn't even speak. He come here talking about some Phenatol. You finna go to jail. You gonna go in somebody else's channel. Be careful. That's what I said. Sometimes you have to be careful what you put out here in the atmosphere. Never knows, because they said be some undercover feds and cops on social media. Don't come in my chat ask about no drug. Okay. Go handle your business. It was thunder and lightning too. Did you hear that thunder? Hey, Frank. You said why my comment X'd out? When? I ain't know you was in the chat. You been in the chat? Why my comment X'd out? Let me see if I can see it out. I ain't even know you was in chat because I've been up here just talking. And I was talking about don't let your words be greater than your fear. And I had shared some about what you had said. How long you been in the chat? Because I'm looking at my I was reading something on my phone. I was talking about that troll what came in my chat a while ago. Woo. It's thundering, y'all. Do y'all hear that thunder? Oh my goodness. You just commented? Okay. I see what you say. I'm looking at my phone. I see what you said. I'm a little early. I used to come on later, but I got something to do later on. All right, Top. I gotta open my package. I ain't got that cream from you. Hope my live stay on because it is raining out there. Y'all heard that loud thunder? I see what you said. Wow, my comment is X out. And then you say, hey, George, you're in chat. I just commented. What else did you say? Because I'm strolling up. How you doing? Shout out to Frank G for doing the prayer today. And I was just speaking on your video I just seen. Woo. You hear that thunder, Frank? Ooh, I hope these lights don't go out. I don't see where you had said anything else. Sometimes Nightbox be acting crazy. I don't know. But I'm sorry, I don't know what you had to say. But I was saying I like what you had said on your video about keep doing what you do. Because people gonna talk, they're gonna talk about you regardless of what you do. And that is so true. And that's why I was saying about don't let your words be bigger than your faith. I got that from Tyler Perry. It really touched me though. I was listening to his full speech again, right? Your president is getting a new phone company. Oh, that's what you said. Ooh. That proud one they blocked it out. What kind of phone company he get? Lord, what did he get, Frank? Hope it ain't none of my company. Hope it ain't none of the company I'm dealing with. Lord. So that comment didn't go through the first time? Ooh, child. Ooh. You hear that thunder? Lord. What? Do we know how to work an iPhone? You hear that thunder? But today is Testimony Tuesday. What are you thankful for, Frank? What are you thankful for? I would ask him, what are you thankful for? And then I was just speaking on what it means to not worry, what it means to not let your words be bigger than your faith. And I was just speaking on that. But then I was talking about the man came in my chat telling me he loved fentanyl. I'm like, do I look like a drugstore to you? Thankful for life. Woo, you hear that thunder? I had to block him, Frank. He was a troll. Somebody, ooh, I love some fentanyl. I said, don't come in here telling me you love no fentanyl. You don't know who might be watching in my chat. Might be some undercover feds looking at him. I ain't giving you none. That's what I said. So he doing an iPhone. He gonna give away some? Or he gonna give away some? Oh, you see? Like I said, people be, because people know I will use a cane. They see how I walk and stuff like that. They assume I have pain medicine. Because they know I go to the doctor a lot, and I do take pain medicine. Guy saw me at the store, right? I really probably said, I know she got some. Because, I have issue with my back and knees. And the guy that came, he was saying it low. Tell me, I want to ask you something. I know him, but I don't know him enough to do that. Damn, I'm not finna go to jail for these people. Because me and my brother were together, right? My brother like, come on here. That boy a crackhead. My brother said, that boy a crackhead. I thought he was trying to tell me somebody's daddy, because I know his dad had been sick, right? He goes to my, I want to ask you something. I'm like, what? Do you have any pain medicine? I said, what? Somebody, if you have some, I'll buy some from you. I'm like, you even have no police putting up at my house. And then my brother was saying, them people be want to pay for those pain pills. Oh, I need all my medicine. I said, look, Frank, I got wellness on my name. That don't mean I'm no drug pusher now. Ain't no drugs though now. Yeah, and my son said, "Mama, yeah, people be paying money for them things." I was like, they ain't getting mine. When I had my procedure done, I had some back then, and my doctor give me some, but right now I'm taking shots for pain. And so they doing it because they know a lot of people are addicted to it. To myself, uh, if you get hold of some, if you get hold of some, I give you some for like get out my face. And that man, the man came in my chat. He must be looking for some. This ain't the channel for that, okay? But anyway, that threw me all off my commentary when I first got in the chat. I'm like, what? But yeah, and I was saying too, Frank, I like what you had said. I don't know, did you just put that video out about regardless of what you do, people still gonna have something to say. They still gonna have something to say. People try to say stuff to keep you discouraged. They try to, ooh, you hear that thunder, Frank? Oh my God. I'm ready. I'm about to go on and shut this down. If I was at my grandma's house, if my grandma was still living, she would tell me right quick, girl, you better get off of that computer. You better unplug. She used to tell us to unplug the lights, turn the TVs off. Shoot, we used to be sitting up in the house in the dark. So it is thundering pretty bad. Ooh, Jesus. How's your weather where you at? We'll see what they're going to do in the next few minutes. Hope them lights don't start blinking. I don't want to be in the dark. But like I was saying, about faith over fear and worrying over faith. Like I said, my mind was heavy. I had some stuff on my mind yesterday when I did my live. But, like I said, sometimes you just tend to keep some personal stuff to yourself. And, I could come on and people, like I said, people don't know what people might be going through. People don't know what a person might be going through. Because if you're not walking, hey, Sandra, hey, birthday girl, you never know what a person could be going through. Like I said, my mind was a little heavy yesterday. And I was restless last night. I was restless, but I got all right. I prayed and I asked God to continue that's what I asked God to strengthen me in certain areas. But we gonna worry, y'all. God don't want us to worry, but we gonna worry about our children. There are things we tend to worry about that we shouldn't worry about, like some of the simplest things. I don't worry about people don't like me. That one thing I don't do. That don't bother me. Cause like Frank was saying, people gonna like you if they gonna like you. And people gonna support you if they want to support you. They're gonna give you, they're gonna donate, they're gonna buy if they want to. But those stuff like that, I try not to let worry me. My main focus right now is dealing with my health, making sure that I'm okay. Because my leg was burning so bad yesterday. And I told my husband, I was like, I hope I don't have to have no surgery. And I have a lot of fear. And I ask God to make me stronger in the area of being fear of things. And that's what make my anxiety go up when I start worrying and then when I be in fear. So there's some things that I'm still praying and asking God to make me stronger at. I'm here, Georgia girl, but I'm running wild. That's okay. I'm watching dishes and getting dinner, breakfast cooking. Okay. You be sharing some good breakfast, girl. Next week, is it next week, Frank? Next week we doing brunch of the day. I think you'll be good in that. Cause you love to be cooking your breakfast and stuff. We having brunch of the day for 5 days next week. So you can do that, Sandra, if you want to. Cause you be cooking anyway. A brunch is breakfast and whatever you want it to be. Brunch, cause that when I get up, it be about 10:30, 11. So it be almost 12 o'clock. I know some people eat earlier than that, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I was just dealing with some personal things yesterday, but I still came on my live and shared my content. Sometimes you can share things, and then some things you just have to talk to God about. And I found myself reading that what Tyler Perry had said about don't let your words be bigger than your faith. And that's what I was speaking on a while ago. And I was just like I said, today is Testimony Tuesday. You can share your testimony and things like that. Oh, this what he got going on to buy an iPhone is $499, and most of the bill. Oh, that's what Trump is saying. He must have announced it on the news, Frank. Sandra, I hope you enjoyed your birthday. Did you see what I had sent something to you? Did you see it? Wow. I had said I was gonna upgrade to a iPhone. Those kids telling me, Baba, how you gonna upgrade to an iPhone when you still don't quite understand an Android? They talk about you don't even quite understand an Android. Talk about upgrading to an iPhone. Really? I'll check it out. But Frank, did you see what I had sent you? Did you see that video I sent you? You gotta go look at your in your comments. I think it's on that video where you was. I forgot, but I shared a link on your video because I forgot your email. And I wanted you to look at that video. Did you see it? You don't trust. I wrote it's on, let me see. The video, let me see, is it on the video you did last night? I think it was on your prayer video. You remember I told you I was going to share with you about the lady was saying how her moderator was treating her. Because I couldn't find your email. I couldn't find your email. And I forgot I could have sent it to you through Facebook. I forgot about that. But it's on one, I think it's on that video. You didn't get no notification. You didn't get no like I said, sometimes we don't be getting notifications. But it's in it's on your comments on one of your videos. I think it's the video you did your prayer with. I think it's on one of your videos. But I shared her channel because I sent it to Miss Key too. And I told Miss Key to watch it. We were like, oh my God. Woo. People are doing anything now. But yeah, let me get back to what I was saying about don't let your words be bigger than your faith. And like I said, we human and we tend to worry some. And God didn't never tell us not to worry, but he don't want us to keep going and on and just, how sometimes we can worry and we can make our own self sick. Have y'all ever heard that before? Sometimes you can worry yourself to death and you can make your own self miserable. When I be stressing, if I get stressed a lot, I have my anxiety getting high, and it'll give me a headache, and I start breathing funny. And I try not to be like that. But like I said, I was dealing with some personal stuff. They ain't got nothing to do with nobody on YouTube. But I was just dealing with some things that me and my family had to deal with yesterday. And it was still on my mind when I went to bed last night. Even though I went through my live, like I said, I can come on here, do my commentary, and you have to, sometimes I just keep stuff to myself and pray about those things. You see what I'm saying? And after I talked to my family and I prayed, and I woke up this morning, it was still, triggering me a little bit, but I got all right. Because I started praying. I found the scripture that I found that was very comforting for me, and I'm going to share it with y'all. And that's why I say sometimes we tend to worry about some of these things that probably don't even make a difference, but it have us all bent out of shape. So right here it said, don't let your word be greater than your faith. God don't want that to happen. He want us to be strong. He want us to fight. He want us to trust him. He want to be the one to provide for us, help provide for us, help guide us, and help show us the way to go. You know, sometimes we tend to try to handle things on our own. And then sometimes God will open your eyes up for you. You know how sometimes you don't be knowing, like when you start questioning him about, maybe for instance, if you applied for a job and you didn't get that job, right? And you know you got that experience for that job. But then you question, why I didn't get the job when I know how to do the job? But then God step in and probably tell you, this is not the right thing for you. And if you can understand what I'm saying, sometimes God will put you in a position that's going to be better for you. You know, you can say, wow, I think this is my ideal job. But God can see things for us. In other words, he's our eyes, he's our ears. He speak for us, he provide for us, he let us know ahead. But you got to be able to trust him and be able to see these things. And you be like, no, I really want that job. Or you might say, I'm having a gathering. I'm having a little gathering at my house. And, you know, I'm just talking in general. And you wondering who could you invite? You know, you hadn't seen Sue in a while. Probably hadn't seen Jack in a while. And then you get the wondering, you know, because God will put people in your life and he will remove people from your life. He will. He know when people are bringing you through, when people are taking you through the stress. Sometimes he might not do it right then, but he'll change your whole life around for you because he knows what's best for you. He will. He really will. And he will sit you down whether you're ready to be sit down. He sure will. You can say, ooh, this job, huh? And I used to say it all the time. I'm so tired. I'm tired of this job, dealing with these people. And I'm thinking about the movie Straw now, working on a job that people don't respect you. People have something to complain about whatever you do. They just got so much to say. But you have to put up with it. Because you know, look, I'm trying to provide for my family. I was on this job, the job that I got fired from when I got sick. It seemed like me and my supervisor seemed like we just couldn't get along. It's just like she just had a problem with me. And I kept saying, I'm doing my job. I can't help that because I was going through my health issues then. I was going through my health issues and I had to go to the bathroom a lot. I used to have to come to work. I used to have to miss a lot of days because I was going back and forth to the doctor and stuff like that. It just seemed like the people that be going through things like that, people don't try to make it better for you. You know, sometimes I used to be late coming in because of different situations, either transportation or some problem was going on and stuff like that. Or I had to go to the doctor and I was running late, but it was I always came back to, I'm not doing a good job. But that didn't have anything to do with it because I was doing my job. I couldn't help, I had real life issues going on. And people don't understand sometimes. What they always be saying about that song, if you haven't had any rain in your life, wait a while. Some people feel like they don't go through nothing. And that's a lie. Because they don't speak on what they go through, that don't mean they're not going through anything. Because people go through something. You might not hear about it. You might not know what people going through. But that don't mean they're not going through anything. That's what y'all saying. Yes, Joy girl. I got it. Love you. Love the gift. I appreciate it. And I message you on the comment you love. Okay. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I mean, cause I think we all worry. Don't sometimes y'all might find yourself worried about things that really don't matter. Do y'all ever find yourself, in which I know I do, and I wish I know I have done, have worried about something that ain't even worth it. Getting yourself all worked up about until it's too late. Have y'all ever been in anything like that before? Worried about something that ain't even important. Worried, just stressing yourself out for no reason. Because that's just how the devil works. The devil want to see you, and the devil is miserable, and they want you to be miserable. Yeah. Then you find yourself worrying about something, then you think about it the next day. Like I said, I had a lot of stuff on my mind when I was doing my live yesterday, but something I just cared not to speak on because I knew it wasn't that important. It's something you just have to just work it out, talk to God, and let it go. Sometimes you just talk to God and let things go. Because I know when I get overwhelmed, if I get overwhelmed and I start feeling in fear, I get into panics. I have panic attack. I'm diagnosed with that. But I've been doing good this past couple of years. But then sometimes I tend to get that way if I let it get to me. If I let it get to me, I tend to panic. And yesterday was one of those days I should have been praying more instead of worrying. What they always say, worry less, pray more. So that's what I was just speaking on today. That I thank God that He have brought me a mighty long way from what I used to be. There were times I used to be so, I was very sensitive at one time. Then there's sometimes I still be sensitive on certain areas. But I used to just let people get to me. I would let them bother me. But now I know I have got strong in some areas. Because I kept praying to ask God to make me strong. Because once a person feel like they can get up under your skin, and once a person think that they can get next to you, they will continue to try to bully you, or they'll try to say things to you to make you get all bent out of shape. They'll try to make you as miserable as them. And like I said, I had to learn. I had to pray to ask God to work on me. To work on me. I still pray daily. I be wanting my faith. I be want to work on my faith to be over my fear. So, but we're human. And I'm going to say what God say about worry. I'm going to tell y'all what God say about worry. What do God say about us worrying? There's a scripture for that. And read the scripture. I find myself reading this morning. I find comfort in reading the word. That give me a lot of comfort. They give me a lot of comfort. A lot. I found myself reading Matthew 6:25 this morning. And I'm going to read it to y'all. Let's see what it says. Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. And that is so true. We cannot worry about what tomorrow going to bring. Focus on what's going on now. Because we know we live in society, the world we're living in now. We know times are hard. And I know I don't have it like that. I'm thankful for what I do have. I'm thankful I can say I'm comfortable. You see what I'm saying? But we can't worry about the next person. If they want to go out and do what they do, let them do them. We can't worry about what Sue or Jack got going on. Maybe they got it like that. I focus on what I'm able to do and what God have blessed me to do. And I thank him for it. I thank him for that. So that is my testimony. I'm thankful for it all, the good and the bad. But I pray daily that he continue to strengthen me in the areas that I need to be stronger at. I ask him to make me stronger each and every day. Hey, Bud Files, good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Hope your day is going well. It's been raining here, thundering and lightning. And I was just talking about Testimony Tuesday. What are you thankful for, Bud Files? What are y'all thankful for today? Life, your family, your friends, your home. Because there is somebody out there that don't have a place to live. Somebody's in jail. Somebody's in the hospital. We should be thankful for what we got. And we can't worry about the things that we don't have. We shouldn't let our words be bigger than our faith. God said he don't want us to worry. He don't want us to worry, but he know that we do. But he want us to trust him. And in time, things will get better. Like I said, I had a lot on my mind. It had nothing to do with nobody on YouTube or anything like that. It's just, personal things. I had to really just ask God for strength and make me stronger, keeping me from being in fear. A lot of people be like, God is, a lot of people don't believe that God exists, but he does. He do exist. And like I said, he will rearrange things in your life for you. When you're trying to get that better job, he might say, that job ain't for you right now. He might tell you, look, wait a little while longer. You might be trying to get another vehicle or a house or something like that. You've been trying hard. You've been saving. You've been trying to do your best to get a better way to get around or maybe a nice place to stay. And he come to you and say, look, that ain't for you. He will rearrange things in your life. Whether you want to believe it or not, he will do it. But you got to trust him. You got to believe that those things will happen. I tend to worry. Like everybody in my chat, probably worry about something. Probably ain't even worth worrying about. Because when I went through this with this YouTube channel, I'm not going to sit here and say it didn't bother me. When I lost my monetization the first time, it did. Because I felt like I had worked real hard on this channel. Because I lost that. I lost the members. But I knew I had worked hard. And I was trying to figure out, what had happened. But I realized this is material stuff. We can't worry about material stuff. Only thing that got me, I'm like, I put in all those hours and I got monetized and then I lost it. So, but I'm thankful that I was able to get it back. And it took hard work. I got a few people join me back. Shout out to my members. I appreciate you all. But I'm just saying, sometimes we tend to worry about things that not even necessary. Cause I always have said, I'm not gonna let nobody on YouTube bother me. I'm not gonna let no one on YouTube get me in a situation where they're gonna have me where I can't live my life or be who I am. I'm not gonna have nobody to have me like that. This is social media. You can shut this off anytime. I have enjoyed meeting the people I have. I enjoy seeing the people come in the chat. I try to connect back with you the best way I can. But if you choose not to support, I can't get mad with you. Because people going to support who they want. They're going to donate who they want. They're going to be members to channels who they want. They're going to buy from you. Because, most everybody that monetizes does have a shop. Some type of, they either selling some type of merch or something. And people going to choose to support who they support. I can't get mad about that. I can't worry about what another person got going on. I can only focus on what I got and what I have to do. Because worrying is not good. Eventually it's gonna stress you out. And I can't do it. I just come on, do what I gotta do, get off. And appreciate the ones that do support me. I really do. Y'all make sure y'all check out everybody that came in the chat. We got Bud Files in here. They do a lot of historian stuff. I mean, they be on trips. They be at graveyards. They be at all kind of places. But one thing about them, they go in detail about where they be at. They share. They let us know. They tell us the history behind the places they be in. Like I said, Eric, we got Frank G in the house. He does his positivity. He's also one of the ones that help do the challenges along with me and Miss Key and others. I appreciate Frank. He's a very positive person. He put out his messages every day or whenever he put out stuff. We also have Sandra Clark in here. She does her reviews. She talk about different things. She share her breakfast. She do different things on her channel. I'm just talking about the ones that came in today, and I appreciate it. Top bottom. She also does. She have her own business. She make her own products. I had ordered some cream from her. I'm gonna do a short, and I'm gonna share it. I think she was live, but she said she was gonna go live. Y'all go over there and support her because she make her own products. So I appreciate the ones that does take the time out their day to come in and give me a thumbs up or either a thumbs down or they just pop up in my chat. I appreciate you. I ain't gonna complain. I appreciate you. So I was just speaking on don't let your words be bigger than your faith. If it's something that's not worth getting yourself worked up about, let it go. You just gotta let it go. If you have to let go people, places, or things to protect your mental health and protect your peace, you just have to do that. Because like I said, God knows exactly what everybody's going through. Whether you want to believe it or not, he does. And he'll put you in a position where you won't have to deal with those type of things. So I don't question him. I thank him. I'm thankful for his grace and mercy. And I will continue to give him the glory. I will continue to speak on him. Or he's the reason I'm breathing. He's the reason I'm sitting in this chair. He's the reason I woke up this morning. Because somebody was not able to get out their bed this morning. Somebody did not wake up this morning. So you should give God all the glory. But I'm gonna read a little bit more about don't let your word be bigger than your fear, your faith. It is the same thing about choosing faith over fear. Like I said, it's some areas that I'm still struggling when it come down to fear. Certain things I let, woo, I be like that. Woo. It could be a insect, any little kind of thing that I can't stand to see. If I be in fear, Bobby said, "When that beast, when that wasp stung me, Lord have mercy, I thought I would have a. Woo, I ain't gonna sit here and say I'm gonna play with no wasps or lizards or snakes. Those kind of things does give me fear. I'm not gonna sit here and try to make none of them my pet. Not me. I'm gonna be trying to get. I'll be trying to get out their way. Shoot. Now I play with a dog. Now I'm not really crazy about a cat, but a dog. Oh, you good? Take Frank. Now you know you good. Hey, y'all, Riz, how you doing? Good to see you. Today is Testimony Tuesday. How are you doing? I was talking about don't let your worry be bigger than your faith. If it's something that's on your mind heavy, because like I said, I had something on my mind heavy, but I feel pretty good right now. But it was heavy yesterday. And I said, Lord, I gotta let this go. I can't let it get me where my anxiety start kicking in, because if I stress, I have my anxiety kick in, and I don't like to be like that. And it's been a while since I've been so worked up where I do go into panics. So I haven't did that in a long time. So like I said, God is working with me. He's making me strong in the areas that I need to be strong in. You much better. I know you was talking offline. I'm glad that you feeling much better. Yeah, I had got your email the other day. I'm glad you are feeling much better. And that's why I was saying sometimes we just have to let things go, y'all. We just have to let things go. Some things are bigger than us. If you know what I mean, some things are bigger than us. And some things if we can't handle those things, just let it go. If it gonna weigh you down, if something weighing you down, if something being a burden on you and making you feel a certain way, and have you feeling a certain way about yourself, it's time to let go. It's time to let it go. You don't want nothing bringing a burden on you that it gonna do something to make you feel bad about who you are or what you have going on in your life. Because that ain't nothing but the devil. Because the devil like they said, the devil will just try to destroy you. It'll have you feeling like you don't want to be here. It'll have you feeling like you helpless. It'll have you feeling guilt about things. But you have to choose faith over fear. I'm just reading y'all comment. Um, I'm glad you're feeling better. Frank said who that's you said you're afraid of dogs. Nah, like the dog we got out there. He got bad. He was a little bitty pup. We had him in the house, but that thing had got so big. That dog had got so big. Y'all probably hear him out there barking sometime. He got so big. Can't deal with him now. Had to put him out the house. I told him he ain't be no house dog. He too big to be in the house. But I feed him and stuff. But I think I could deal with dogs, the cats. I can't hardly deal with no cat. And I know a lot of people does have pet cats. I don't. And my grandkids got that guinea pig. I can't not guinea pig, but that what they call that thing? Gosh, the thing my kids got. It looked like a. It's a guinea pig. That's what it is. I'm thinking about a hamster, but it's a guinea pig. I thought, my granddaughter be brushing her hair and she treated like it's a little baby. I just, mm-mm. They be like, Grandma, why you on? I just ain't got there yet. Might not never get there. I know my dad and my brother were like, my brother told me, ain't nobody said no guinea pig, man, put him in that pot. I was like, who don't eat? Don't say that. Ain't nobody gonna put no guinea pig in no pot. Look, things ain't got that bad. I don't think we'll have to cook him, y'all. But young Riz, I'm glad you're doing better. It's good to see you. I see you be dropping that music every day. Hey, Lena. Hey, Lena Love, how you been? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hey there. I'm doing great, thanks.
Frank said, I don't care about the dog barking. He said, I don't care about the dog barking as long as he don't try to attack me. That's true. Yep. But yes, I was just talking, and I was talking about today's testimony Tuesday, and I was asking a question: what are y'all thankful for? Put in the chat about some of the things that you are thankful for, not just today, but every day. But I'm just asking a question. Today is Testimony Tuesday. It can be Thankful Tuesday, Terrific Tuesday, Transforming Tuesday. Just name some of the things that you are thankful for right now. Like I said, and then I was talking about don't let your words be bigger than your faith. Like sometimes we tend to worry about some of the littlest things, and then we realize was it even stressing over. I find it. I know that you cannot stress over a lot of material things or worry about a lot of material things because those things can be replaced. But your life, it cannot. And you cannot stress and worry yourself about some of the smallest things because it ain't gonna do but bother your health. And like I said, I love my peace. I love having a peace of mind. Sometimes I find myself like this morning, I was just reading the scripture because I needed something to help comfort me, help get my mind clear. I find myself reading a lot, reading or writing or playing music, different things like that because it's not good to uh, stress over things that out of your control. But yesterday, I know I was letting some stuff was getting to me a little bit, but I prayed about it. It ain't got nothing to do with about online. It ain't nothing about that. It was some like I said, personal stuff. How sometimes we tend to have things going on in our real life, and we just have to try to deal with them the best way we can. And, but I still come on. I share my content. I don't come on ask nobody for no sympathy or anything. I don't. If I share it, share it. I share it. If not, I don't. Because sometimes social media don't need to know every detail about your life. Social media don't need to know every detail about your life. I share what I want to share, and the things I don't share is still my business. And that's how it should be. Because social media don't need to know everything about you. Because we see how some people try to use things against you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they feel like they know something about you. Like I said, I seen that later video. I sent it to you, Frank. Did you see it? It was about this lady. I forgot her name. It's in my on my phone, but some kind of way the lady channel felt in my. You know how you see videos just pop up. It popped up, and I listened to. I sent it to McKee too, and one of her moderators is harassing her. One of her moderators is harassing her, and she spoke on it. She got the title is she told her moderator to leave her alone. I think it's her ex moderator, and found out it's crazy. Found out the woman harassing the lady. She told her she didn't want to be a moderator no more and stuff or whatever. Found out the woman liked her. and she telling the woman she don't like women. Frank, you need to. I may have to send it to you again, but I sent it to Miss Key. I forgot the name of her channel, but she just then got fed up with her moderator. I'm just saying, sometimes you be where you talking to people about your personal life, then you realize you wish you haven't never said something to some people. Because, like I said, you don't need to let people know every detail about your life either. Especially if you're gonna fall out with them or they're gonna fall out with you, they'll bring that stuff up. That's why sometimes you have to be careful who you call a friend. Everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not someone you can confide in. They'll get mad with you, then they'll throw it in your face. I can't deal with people like that. Facebook, okay. But yeah, I had sent it to Miss Key yesterday. And the lady would saying I done told her to leave me alone. She'd have to go to the police and everything. The woman telling her she love her and all this and that. And the lady said she's not gay. She don't like women. But some people tend to get close to people in a way that you don't want them to be close to you. It's okay to have somebody you want to just talk to sometimes. I talk to people, but I let them know if I'm not that kind of person, I let them know up front. Look, I'm not like that. And that was she was. I mean, that lady. Woo, from you, Frank. When you hear that lady talking, you gonna say what you said when you saw that video when my daughter was recording them folks. You gonna be saying that's a D shame. This woman said this woman been calling her house, been calling her phone through unknown numbers. She'd have to take out stalker charges. She got to take out more charges on this woman. It's her ex moderator. They probably was close at one time, but this woman she want to be more than she want to be more than a moderator. The woman says she ain't like that. She's harassing that woman. And I'm just saying, these people going crazy on YouTube. They're doing anything. You see that couple got killed, and now you got people stalking and trying to get with a person when they tell you they don't want to be with them. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. Let people have their peace. Let them do them. If they don't want to be bothered, if they say they don't want you to be their moderator no more, understand that. I done took a lot of moderators stick. I don't see half of these people. Why let them be moderators when they never come in my channel? But they can still support if they choose to. I haven't been seeing nobody in about a year or 5 months or whatever. I'm like, okay, wait, I haven't seen you, but I don't hold that against no one because people got their own lives. The woman that going, I'll go with her friend. I mean, she going. Let me see where it is. Let me see I see it. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm like, wow. People doing anything on social media. Some people do things for attention. If somebody tell you they don't like you in that way, or they don't want to be with you in that way, and they asking you politely, please leave me alone. If they tell you and you calling, stressing them out, or calling their phone, leaving all types of messages and saying you love them, and they done told you they don't like women. They tell you I'm not that kind. I'm not like that. You can't force nobody to like you. You can't force nobody to be with you. Well, I said, whoo, they gonna have to. I don't know. I read somewhere, well, YouTube probably gonna have to go in and change some old rules. It gonna have to be like Frank was saying too. It need to be where people can see, like the two people in my chat. I'm assuming it might be Sandra and Frank. Like it's saying I got two people, but it need to be where you can see who be looking in your chat. That's terrible, Sis Jolly Girl. Wild folk. Yeah. She said, what's up? I'm finna send it to you, Frank. It just, this channel just popped up and I was looking at it, I'm like, what's going on now? I'm like, what's going on now? Why cause they already had somebody get killed, right? They already had a couple to get killed. And they already had a couple to get killed by people been not getting along. They been into it about different stuff or whatever. They said they got mad or the man I just sent it to you, Frank. But yeah, that's stalking. The lady done told the lady she's not gay. She don't like her in that way. And she sending her all them messages about she love her, and it's showing she got on her community wall. I went over there been nosy. I had to go over there and see what was going on. So I went and looked at her community wall. She showed the good. She looked like a little. I don't judge people. I don't in that way, but she looked like a man, but she's a woman. She got a haircut like a man. But she just told a woman, I'm just saying, people should respect people's wishes. If a person, and it don't have to even be like that. If a person tell you that they don't want to be bothered, they don't want you on their channel, they don't want you to be that moderator no more, they didn't block you from their channel, but you still go up on another name and still come on their channel, that is harassment. That is stalking. And like she said, did you see it, Frank? Okay. And she said you can get in trouble for stalking people. People don't realize that is a crime when you stalk people. When a person tell you stop using their videos, or they tell you don't be using my content, and you constantly keep coming in their chat and they have blocked you. And that's what a lot of them do. When y'all see a lot of people come in your chat, right? It can be those same people you have blocked. It can be those same people you had already told to stay away from my channel, but they go and get up on another channel. That's just how much people are so devilish, and they just take the time just to try to mess with people. But yeah, I saw that about the lady, and I'm like, wow. This woman that told this woman to leave her alone. She took a moderator stick. She told her she don't want on her channel no more. But I think they was once friends. And sometimes you be friend with somebody, and sometimes you might share some personal things with them, and then they tend to take things the wrong way. I don't know if the lady led her on or she felt like she was leaning on. That's why I always say you cannot play with people's emotions. You can't play around with people's emotions when it comes down to stuff like that. Yeah. You can't play around with people's feelings. You can't do that. You can't get on the phone and talk that lovey-dovey talk. And then when they try to call you out on it, then you try to switch to like, I don't know you. I'm not like that. First of all, stop playing. Can't play with people's emotion like that. I'm not saying this would happen, but it's obvious they had some type of whatever. Whatever. She said she ain't like that, but this woman was taking upon her. She harassing her and keeps sending her talking about she love her and all this and that. So I said this kind of stuff here have people going into Lord. And I'm like, I hope everything work out all right for the lady, because it really worried her. It really then got to her. Because you don't know, that's why a lot of people don't like to put, like I said, a lot of people don't like to use their government name. A lot of people don't like to put their personal information online. A lot of people don't like to let people know where they are, especially because of things like that, because of stalkers, because of bullying. But I hope everything working all right with the lady. And I just thought about it because her channel fell up under my timeline some kind of way. And I'm like, gosh, what did her moderator do? That's why, the moderators I got are the ones that normally be over here. And if I give somebody a moderator stick, I'm a probably that don't be over here constantly. I just take their moderators away. But like Frank and Sandra, the ones that I know come over here, yeah. But anybody else that I don't know, because I don't know what your intentions are toward me. Yeah, I know, but that's why I said I can't let these people out here worry me. I can't do it. I can't do it. I said, before I let these people worry me on this social media site, I just won't come on. They'll see me when they see me. Cause ain't nobody worth it. I mean, but that's why I said sometimes you have to be careful what you put out here. You have to be careful what you put out here on social media. You got to be careful who you call your friend. You got to be careful because people they will try to use things against you. I enjoy y'all, the ones that come over here. And if, like, I have some of my moderators, they inbox me, they email me. It be what we talk about. I don't come on here and talk about what somebody else done told me. If you want somebody to know something, you'll tell them because it ain't my business. But if you could find with me about something, it's between me and you. That's one thing I don't do. I do not like to bring drama to nobody. I don't be want nobody to put me in none. But if I happen to be in some, I'm gonna defend myself. That's one thing I'm gonna do. But I'm not gonna worry. I'm not gonna stress. I'm not gonna let people feel like they got that upper hand on me and feel like they can get up under my skin in that way. Because some people would tend to do that. They're going to come out like roaches when summertime hit when they get bored. Yeah. But Frank, I want you to watch that video and text me later on. Tell me what you think. I sent it to Big Key yesterday. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. That's too much. It's too much. People are they're getting too personal out here. They're getting too personal. They really are. They're getting too personal out here on these social media. But yeah, but get back to what I was saying. Don't let your word be bigger than your faith. Like I said, my faith was tested years ago, and it brought me closer to God. It really did. And sometimes you have to go through things in order to, hey, living for Jesus, how are you? Sometimes you have to go through some things in order to get where you need to be. And I want to continue to be closer to God. I pray daily I pray daily that I continue to be closer to Him. I pray daily for Him to continue to bless me and giving me strength in the areas I need to be stronger at. How you been doing living for Jesus? Them girls all right? I know they out for the summer. Today is Testimony Tuesday. If anybody want to share anything about a testimony, you can put it in the chat or you can come up here on the panel. What are you thankful for? And I was just talking about don't let your words be bigger than your faith because sometimes we will worry. And God never said he don't want us to worry. He want us to give it to him, let him work it out for us. But sometimes we tend to try to do things on our own and let things go on and on. And then later on, you realize, was it even worth it? I'm here. My computer went dead, y'all. My computer went dead, Lord. And I was like, I know I got it on charge, but like it didn't want to charge back up. Anyway, I'm on my phone. But I'm for real though. We will. Sometimes we tend to worry about some of the littlest things. Those girls enjoying that summer. I'm good. Get ready for my in-laws to visit. Okay. I'm getting ready to go on vacation myself. We going taking the kids to the beach and go out there and look, put my foot in the water 'cause I don't know how to swim. So hey, Frank. Oh, Frank said he know how to swim. I'm not gonna get out there in that water. I'm gonna get at like the edge of it, but like I told them kids, y'all ain't getting out there in that water like that. I told my daughter she should have went on and got my grandson some swimming lessons. He swear he know how to swim. I'm like, boy, you don't know how to swim. But yeah, I was just on her just talking about, we gotta we can't let our words be bigger than our faith. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we just have to, like I said, God didn't never tell us that we can't worry, but He don't want us to worry. Like I said, I had some things on my mind. It was heavy yesterday, but I had to just let it go and just give it to God. I had to give it to Him. And that's what made me want to talk about today because, sometimes let me tell you like this. Some people, when they get into those deep thoughts and things like that, sometimes they just let it wear them down. I do not want to have if I feel like something is a burden on me, if it's something wearing me down, and if I have to release, let it go, that's what I have to do. Whether it's people, places, or things. Because it will happen. Sometimes your load can be so heavy where you just have to pray and ask God to release some of these things. Ask Him to just teach you and tell you which way to go. You said they going to, yeah, that's what my that's why I was able to come early because the kids, some of them in summer camp, one of them working, one of them in, they busy this summer. I said, when y'all ain't busy, y'all gonna be working at that house. One of them going to football camp, basketball. My grandson, he just be in everything. I'm like, y'all playing football now and basketball? One of them working, one of them in summer camp. The baby, he getting daycare. So I'm like, woo, I got a lot of free time. I said, I got a lot of free time, but I see them probably about the end of the week. I told them they gonna be y'all gonna be doing something or something. Y'all ain't gonna be in there eating up everything. Shoot. So my daughter look like the jet bought grocery, did you? They be out for the summer time, they eat up everything. Everything. I told my daughter she better start making some sandwiches. You know how they used to do them summer lunches? They don't even do that no more. Some school used to give you summer lunches. I don't even think they do it no more. Cause I can remember we used to have to pick up our summer lunches, and they would have some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, some bologna sandwiches. That's what I told them because it's gonna be too hot to be cooking. Got to find something, something that you can go and fix right quick. Give them a couple sandwiches, maybe give them some little snacks or whatever. They get little snacks. I think they get snacks and stuff. They get those big variety bag, like the boxes with the chips and stuff like that. Had to keep running back and forth to the store. So you been doing all right? Living for Jesus. Your mother-in-law coming to visit. Okay, that's great. Yeah, I'll be going from the third. I'll be gone for a few days next month. So you go ahead and cook for them, ain't you? You got to cook some dinner for them, ain't you? But yeah, that's basically what I was talking about, y'all. You know, and then I find comfort in when my mind get real heavy or something. Sometimes I talk to my husband or my children. I talk to God. I read my Bible. I try not to let a whole lot of stuff wear me down because it ain't good to have all that stuff clouding your brain. It ain't good. It'll do a mess with your anxiety and your stress level, run your blood pressure up and different stuff like that. And woo, yes, I have to cook making Cajun rice with smoked sausage. Oh, that sounds good. I know you're gonna have some type of roll, or you gonna have some kind of roll with it, or bread or something like that. I know you got some sweet. I already know you gonna have some sweet liver, Jesus. Girl, it was doing it a while ago. I mean, I know y'all probably heard. I mean, it was thundering loud. And I was just saying, if I was if my grandma had been living, if my grandma had been living, she would have made me get off that computer and the phone. My grandma did not play. She did not play having that phone on, TV on. Why my computer it's not charging up? I had to turn it a certain way. My grandma didn't play that, y'all. She like, turn that TV off, turn that radio off, turn that phone off. When it was, especially with the rain and weather, and thunder and lightning, no. We have to used to have to sit down or go to bed, but she didn't play that TV being on. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. I've been missing Grandma Lynn. I went to her channel just to see what she still. I wasn't getting no notification, but I see she been going live. But I just ain't been giving her notification. I thought something was going on with her. But I seen she was walking the other day. So I had to hit her button again if I can make sure I'm getting a notification. I don't know what be going on with the notifications. But anyway, I had enjoyed my dad when he had came home. My dad, seen my dad for Father's Day and everything. It was good seeing him. He's doing good. He is doing good. He's cancer free, but he still have it, but it's not, he's like in remission, like just take medication. He's not as bad as it was. And I thank God daily that he ain't what he was, but he still got some ways to go on some more things. Like I said, today is Testimony Tuesday, and like everybody was saying in the chat, they're thankful for life. They're thankful for their health and strength. They're thankful for their family. I said somebody's in jail, somebody's in the hospital, somebody's in their grave, you know. But the ones that are going through all those things, you're in my prayer. There's some people that, are out here suffering. There's some people out here really suffering. There's some people out here homeless, you know. That's why I say, I might not have all I want, but I do have what I need. And I thank God for that. I really, really do. But I'm not gonna be on too much long because I got some liver in there. I got some beef liver. I had said I was gonna cook that. What y'all had for dinner today? But I gotta get something to go with it. Probably have some rice with it. Yeah, it came on a little early, so I might well go early. Sometimes when I come on late, it's because those kids, I be having them around. But I said, if I got on up this morning, like I said, I had my mind was heavy on something, but after I prayed and read a couple of scriptures and stuff, I got all right. I got all right. But like I said, sometimes things just be out of your control. Yep. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to the ones that are doing the prayer of the day. Shout out to Miss Key Kitchen and more. Shout out to Frank G. Shout out to Sassy. And shout out to myself. We've been sharing a different prayer. And we will share some prayers for the rest of this week. Next week we got brunch of the day. Oh, you do? Yeah, I got some beef liver in there. I'm gonna I'm gonna cook that. Probably cook some gravy and some rice or something like that. Yeah. You know, y'all eat liver. I love me some liver. A lot of people. I thought my husband didn't like it, but he like it all right. I had cooked some before. Those kids, they don't like liver. I be saying liver is good for you. It's good for your blood. So Frank, when you watch that video now, let me. Woo, child. I forgot what the lady was named. All right, then, because I'm finna get ready to get off of here too. And I enjoyed everybody that came over. Like I said, sometimes, like I said, sometimes stuff do tend to, be on our mind. Some things does tend to weigh us down. And, sometimes we tend to worry. And we're human. We are human. We are human. He didn't say not to worry, but he don't want us, God don't want us to worry. He want us to put all our trust in him. He want us to, he's the one that we have to turn to. And he wanna be acknowledged in that way. You know, sometimes we can talk about things to people about what's going on or what's weighing us down. And then you find yourself talking to God about it. And you praying about these things. And then when you pray about these things, then they come to turn, then they happen. Things start to change. And when you start to see things starting to change in your life, don't think it's something man it did. Just know it's God doing. Like I said, when God changed people, when God moved people out your life, don't question him. When he start rearranging things for you, he's doing it for your own good. He's doing it for your best. Yeah. He knows exactly what's best for all of us. If he know you out there on that job, knowing that you out there going through it, just trying to maintain. You just really trying to maintain because you're trying to take care of your family. And you've been praying to him about it giving you something better. Sometimes God might not be there when you want to, but he will be on time. You hear me? He will show up and he will also show out. We got to continue to trust his timing, continue to just say, Lord, I give it to you. This is what I be saying. I be saying, Lord, I give it to you. Like I said, there are some battles I have won, and there are some battles I'm still need be more for God to work with me on. But it takes time, it takes patience, it takes prayer. And you got to be able to believe in some of those things. Because if you don't believe that good things coming or better things are coming for you, it ain't gonna happen. So on that note, I enjoyed everybody and I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna have some liver and I think I'm gonna have some beef liver and rice and gravy. I think that's what I'm gonna have. It ain't gonna take that long because I already got my liver sitting in there and I gotta do my little unboxing from top bottom. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. She make her own products. Y'all check out my son online boutique, but not boutique, online shop. He does have some different things in his shop also. So shout out to everybody that who's doing the prayer of the day challenge. I have been checking out everybody's prayers. I think you all doing an awesome job. And until next time, y'all continue to stay blessed, stay encouraged, and always stay what? Prayed up. And I'll talk to y'all on the next go round. Bye bye. Probably do some share some old men's health or wellness Wednesday tomorrow.